Welcome to Reef and Pond Wise. Now, normally I start these videos off with "It's a great day in the hobby," but today is not such a great day. So if you're new to the channel and you love reef keeping and pond keeping like I do, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. So you can see that I have a problem, and today's video is how to solve this problem once and for all. I seem to have a nemesis in my tank with this tube anemone that will not stay put. He's been in my tank for about 6 months and he moves constantly. So you can see my Gagornian is filled with tentacles that have broken off from this tube anemone, and it's just unbelievable that he won't stay in place. I've had tube anemones for years, and typically you put them in your tank and they stay where you put them. Those are all little bits and pieces of tentacles that came off of my tube anemone, and the reason why is because he got stuck right there. So you can see that he's got tentacles that are stuck right inside, blowing off of my power head. So I'm assuming he's been there for most of the night and he's stuck right in the back. So I'm gonna have to pull this power head off. It doesn't look to me like there's any damage to his foot, but we shall see. I can see his foot right there. It's not good, and you know, this hobby can bring out the emotions, every human emotion you can feel. Look what he did to this tank. There's even some down on this side. Those bright orange tentacles are off from that tube anemone. And I'd like to think that the tube anemone made it, but at this point you can't get upset about it. You just got to deal with it. It's unfortunate. These are live animals that you're taking care of, but he has just done so much damage to this tank by floating around. He has stung that bird's nest there, which is turned white. I don't know, that's going to come back. I had a beautiful solar flares. One morning he was just laying right on top of that coral and stung the heck out of it. And so I don't think he's going to make it. So, sometimes this happens in the hobby, guys. And look, you can see his foot there hanging out of the back of that power head. And we have no choice but to deal with it. And this is a great example of a disaster. I would have never thought that a tube anemone would have gotten out of his tube and floated around the tank and got stuck in a power head. And, my experience is once you put these guys in a sand bed, and as you can see, my sand bed is pretty deep. I had him over here at one time, and he stayed there for about a month and then started floating away. I did a video on, kind of a speechless environment where, what in God's name is this thing doing? Why won't it stay in his tube? Right there, right in that power head. So we'll get it taken care of, get him back to the fish store. I'll get some kind of store credit if he actually makes it. Usually they're okay if their foot is not damaged, but he's pretty far up in there, and you can see he's got chewed up quite a bit in that power head. So for any beginners, you guys keep an eye on your anemones. You don't want them floating around your tank. You certainly don't want him stinging your coral, but it's too bad. So anyway, if you like the video, give me a like. And remember, guys, anyone can build a reef tank, but it takes someone special to keep one. And that special someone is not me today.